It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brood Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It's Friday,
whoop, whoop.
January 11th, 2019, 7 a.m., and welcome to our snowstorm, right?
Oh, you're making this into a big ordeal, and we're not even going to see any accumulation from this.
Yeah, we'll get rain.
You'll see a little bit of sleet mixed in. I know I had some this morning when I got up.
You saw some flurries?
You were still sleeping. It was 3 in the morning, so...
Most normal people are asleep at 3 a.m.
You could hear it pinging off the windows. So.
I'm not up making biscuits at 3 a.m.
Well, somebody's got to do it. Get off your butt and maybe you would.
No, thank you.
I'll let you come up and make some biscuits. Come on. Bring it on.
Do you really get there? You get up at 3, right?
I get up at 3. I take my shower, do all my stuff, and then I go in.
So you're down there, what, around 4? Still 4 a.m. to make biscuits. Come on.
Yeah. Well, got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I reckon. Anyway, good morning, everybody.
Welcome. Get used to it.
Oh, yeah, I bet you do. Welcome Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Scooter Callis. And so we've got a little bit of rain. We'll get to the weather here in a little bit, but I'm enjoying Brood Awakening coffee.
Are you?
Yeah. Second cup already. It's 7:01. I'm on my second cup already.
Realizing you have a problem is the first step.
Hey, I've been drinking 3 pots a day for 20 years. I ain't got the habit yet, you know.
There's something wrong with you. There's just something wrong with you.
Brood Awakening Coffee, as you heard Jacqueline say in the introduction, 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, of course. Then you got Balmer Boulevard, and they're going to be pretty busy this morning. It's 7:02, it looks like, on the computer clock. And so, you know, the kids and staff and faculty and everybody heading to down Balmer Boulevard going to be stopping in for some coffee this morning. So give them a little bit of room and some time to get through. And then, of course, 62 East Plaza. That's where I'm always at, out by Anytime Fitness. Drive through the little building they've got out there. Boy, they've got the cinnamon rolls. They've got all kinds of stuff.
I like them cinnamon rolls.
Oh, I know you do.
Just don't bring them in often enough. That's it.
Your car could drive out there, too.
I don't head that way.
Cinnamon rolls about that big. Seriously, they are really, really good. Yeah, Wes Henderson was here from Yellow Schools. Got him one the other day. So
they were good.
They were good. Anyway, Brood Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brood Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Brood Awakening Coffee, thanks to Mike and his staff for sponsoring the show for so many years. Appreciate them very much. Check them out. Great coffee. Can't beat it. Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas. Of course, Roller Funeral Home right here in Mountain Home, Arkansas. We had Bruce and Charlotte here the other day, and top-notch professional people. Went through it myself 2 months ago, having to deal with the death of a loved one. And so very professional, very caring, very loving, helpful. They know their stuff. When the need arises, Roller Funeral Homes, but call Bruce or Charlotte for pre-planning. And very, very knowledgeable, and they can help you avoid a lot of headaches down the road. So Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes. Let's pause now for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, as winter weather comes through our area and surrounding areas, both in Arkansas and Missouri, Lord, first of all, just keep us safe. For those that are older than me, living alone, I pray they stay warm and have food. And then for police and fire personnel, Lord, sometimes weather like this can cause a lot of problems. And our police and fire people are always there to help. Some of these people will work long, cold hours to protect us. The Lord, seriously, just help us not to be stupid if bad, icy weather comes through. Give us wisdom as we listen to the warnings and suggestions on being safe. And that's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas and right here in Mountain Home. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. And now...
Dun, dun, dun.
It's a little better.
Hey, it was a late night getting back in and getting up at 3, so the trumpet hadn't woke up yet.
You've been up since 3.
Yeah, it still hadn't woke up yet. Give it some of that copy, maybe.
Like the little girl from the Christy Cat. Boy, she was good with that trumpet. Remember?
She showed me up. We need to have her back because I've got to.
She'd be a great co-host.
I got to have a rematch.
Morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. Old Time Restaurant Monday through Friday 7 to 2, Saturday till 11. Best lunch, best breakfast in town, and the special today, Scooter.
You have to ask.
No, I'm
What
wanting you to
what
tell.
is Friday?
I'm guessing steak day?
You got it. You got it. We got a marinated sirloin steak. Comes with eggs, hash browns, biscuit and gravy, all for $8.88. Can't beat it. For lunch, she's got two options. She did ham and beans and meatloaf today.
Oh,
So you got a choice
it's
between
all
the
good.
two. They both come with two sides, roll of cornbread for $6.88. So
can you have ham and beans on the side with the meatloaf?
you could. It's kind of a
15
weird,
bucks?
kind of a weird combination there, but
But it's all good. So how do you
only
choose?
you would ask a question like that. I just
Yeah. Well.
okay. More power to you.
All right.
You can get the ham and beans as a soup on the side, I guess.
Yeah, that would be good.
It's got liquid in it. You can consider that.
Old time restaurant on the square in Mountain Home.
Go by and give Amanda a hard time. She needs it.
Check them out. Breakfast or lunch. I'll be down there tomorrow morning about 7 o'clock for breakfast.
Right there on the square.
You betcha. Best lunch, best breakfast in town. Morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. Right now, we're looking at 32 degrees in Mountain Home, 33 in Harrison. It's 32 at Hardy, 36 in Mountain View, Arkansas, 33 at Yellville, 36 at Marshall, 32 at Calico Rock. Beautiful little town down there, Calico Rock. Love to go through Calico Rock down there. In St. Louis, it's 27 degrees. They're going to be in trouble when that precip hits the Mississippi River because even Jim Cantori, Mr. Disasters in St. Louis to watch it snow. They're predicting St. Louis in my old stomping grounds around Belleville, Fairview Heights, and Collinsville. They could get 12-plus inches in that area on the
It
old.
looks like we're staying kind of right behind the lines.
Yeah,
You
I
look
think
up
so.
into Missouri and even from West Plains and all
So
that,
if
they're
Jeff
closed,
and
so.
Steve, Jeff will be in Arnold, Missouri. Steve should be in Maryville. Ha ha ha! We're not getting it yet.
Yeah, we're
No, watch, we'll get
we're-
plastered.
Nah, we're not going to get much.
St. Louis at 27 degrees, Poplar Bluff at 31, 32 at Branson, 31 in West Plains. Now, this is cold. Watford City, North Dakota, in contrast. That's where my son and daughter-in-law and grandson live. Excuse me, 14 degrees.
I'll give that to you. I know you can tell that the grocery stores and the different stores are prepping up. I pulled into Walgreens yesterday, and there was two
Yeah.
Highland Dairy trucks and a beer
And a
truck.
beer truck.
What more do you need? Stock up. I was like, you got to be kidding me. But no, that was it.
There you go. National Radar shows the entire glob of precip starting in Arkansas, Missouri, back to Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, back into Colorado, New Mexico, and maybe a little bit back as far as Arizona. Not much in the northwest or northeast right now. It's all right in the middle of the country. So we're going to hit that Little Rock stop and see what we've got going on in the state of Arkansas. Oh, from Fayetteville to Fort Smith to Mountain Home, Jonesboro down to Pine Bluff, Jonesboro, Batesville. I mean,
I hate
wow.
to interrupt, but look at this view over there. Everybody's trying to crick their neck to see the TV. We got a TV up behind them that's
Yeah,
showing everything that's
Leave it over
going
here
on.
so they can see.
I know. We need to put another one up.
Highways affected right now. I'm going to go ahead and say that 62, 412 across the northern part of the state in various points from the northwest corner, northeast corner are going to be affected by this right now. And Highway 65 north-south Little Rock, Branson affected. Highway 67, 167, of course, they split off Batesville to Poplar Bluff. And Highway 63, your interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, 555 in Arkansas, all affected right now. With the exception, there's not much from Texarkana to Hot Springs on I-30, but later on we could get a little bit of precipitation in that part of the state. So anyway, as you can see, the northern half of the state, what I consider northern half, is I-40 north. And so
Looks like it's all rain pretty much right now.
pretty much rain right now. We're above freezing in most areas in Arkansas right now. We'll back out. We'll go take a look at the St. Louis stop. And ha, 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 ha. St. Louis, folks. Friends in St. Louis, you're going to get it. Ha, ha, ha. You can see it here from Poplar Bluff up to Centerville to Rolla. That's affecting Interstate 44. Of course, Rolla to St. Louis is 103 miles there, as it says on the sign once you get off of Highway 63. Right now, Columbia, Missouri, I-70 east into St. Louis, not bad at all. Continues on to Vandalia and Effingham, Illinois. Nothing going on right there. I-64 from East St. Louis, Illinois to Mount Vernon in good shape, as well as I-55 from Sykeston, Cape Girardeau into St. Louis. Nothing yet, but as the day progresses, and he said this is kind of a progressive situation, it gets worse this afternoon, not only for the St. Louis area and the metro area there, but for us as well. So we can actually see more of this tonight than what we're seeing right now. So anyway, right now, the city of St. Louis is not too bad, but when Jim Cantori gets in town, watch out. Southwest Missouri, we'll take a look real quick. That's where the bulk of it is right now. You can see it trailing off into northeast Oklahoma, back into southern Kansas, and all the way up to Kansas City, just south of I-70 and the bypass loops there on I-35. So most Missouri in the southwest corner are getting a lot of this stuff. I-70 is still not affected across the state. Kansas City, Columbia into St. Louis, Jeff City a little bit there, Lebanon getting a little bit right now. But you can see the entire picture in the four-state area, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Missouri, affecting I-44, be affecting Highway 63 as well, going to Rolla from West Plains. And so just be careful and listen to the authorities. I mean, that's what they're there for. They get the watches, the warnings, and everything. So, like I say, just be wise and listen to what the authorities have to say. For today, the forecast calling for 90% chance of rain today. That's for us right here in Mountain Home. Across the state line could be different. What are we, 15, 16 miles off the state line as the crow flies. So if you're watching in Missouri, be careful. Listen to your authorities there. Farther south of Mountain Home, if you're down around Mountain View or around Harrison, listen to your local authorities. Today, 90% chance of rain. Today, tonight, it goes all the way up to 100% chance of rain, then a wintry mix. We could see a low of 33. It might drop to 32. They don't know exactly where the cold line is. Then Saturday, we start off with a 90% chance of rain, sleet, then changing back to rain from a 90 to a 50% chance during the day. Saturday night, a low of 32 with a 20% chance of drizzle, then cloudy. Sunday should be high of 39, mostly cloudy, 28 Sunday night's low. Then on Monday, partly sunny, high of 40. Then by Tuesday, sunshiny skies with a high of 51. So we've got just today and tomorrow to put up with some of this stuff. And hopefully we won't be in too bad of shape.
Looking at all the things out there, they're not calling for any accumulation.
No.
So
it's all basically right now, from what I'm seeing, from Farmington, Missouri into St. Louis, over as far as Vandalia, Illinois, they could get up to 12 inches, but that's, of course, that's 250 to 300 miles from us, so, really not worried. And the drought monitor has changed. Arkansas, for the first time in a year, look at that.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Ooh, that's nice.
We're in good shape. We had the abnormally dry, the DO in the north, the northwest part of the state. This was updated yesterday at about 9 o'clock. So the state of Arkansas looking pretty good. Missouri's very minimal. We've got two states there with a D0, just an abnormally dry. Those counties would be Jasper and Barton counties in Missouri. We'll go to Missouri Department of Transportation. Right now there's no highway problems in Missouri. I'll refresh this real quick. The green indicates all is good. Now you have to watch your little symbols over here in southeast Missouri. You got some flooding issues on some minor roads here, but the main highways right now in Missouri look like they're in good shape, even towards the St. Louis area. You go to iDrive Arkansas, we have the same thing. All the highways are green. In Arkansas, on iDrive Arkansas, you can check your border states. So if you're traveling like from here to Fort Smith into Oklahoma, Memphis into Tennessee, you can check that as well. So, now I bet you're going to be watching this tonight as you drive.
Oh, yeah. I'll be watching this all weekend.
And so, morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square at Mountain Home. Best lunch, best breakfast in town, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday till 11 a.m. Check them out on the east side of the square. Community News brought to you by Affordable Housing, 870-741-2883. Did I get that right? You bet.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Adult education classes, the GED classes, prep classes offered at Arkansas State University. Free classes are scheduled starting January 14th through May 10th. Let's see, free classes are scheduled in the morning, afternoon, and evenings in both Mountain Home and Yellville. Vouchers available for students to take GED test at no charge. Call today to find out more. The Audubon Society of North Central Arkansas January meeting is January 14th from 1 to 2. The Audubon Society is going to be at the library here in Mountain Home. This month's speaker will be Steve Blumerick, president of the Friends of the North Fork and White River and the Audubon member. Presentation will be of his experience raising and successfully releasing 94 monarch butterflies this summer. Should be an interesting discussion there. Audubon Society of North Central Arkansas meeting on January 14th from 1 to 2 at the Donald W. Reynolds Library. Scooter?
We, just so people know, the Mountain Home wrestling team, the high school team, traveled to Jonesboro yesterday and competed in 2 different meets there. One was against the top-ranked Searcy which we did not fare very well with Cersei.
Really?
They're a tough team. They're up there. They got quite a few people deep in every bracket, and they do a really, really good job. Aiden Ritchie picked up a good win at that one. But then we turned around and competed against J.A. Fair and did really well. We won 54-15. Just so I can say their names, the winning matches from Mountain Home was Lance Lee, Joseph Piersky, Harry Walters, Isaac Brunet, Braden Daniel, Lawson Stockton, Judah Lag, Brandon Wheat, and Aiden Ritchie. And Austin had an exhibition match on Cersei, and he pulled the win out on that one. So
Good.
that was pretty cool. Also, the Bombers will be leaving today to head to Pulaski Academy. Down by Little Rock. They'll be competing in a big tournament down there. And our youth wrestling on the other side of the page is traveling to Nixa Saturday for a big tournament there, and then they're going to jump down to Branson on Sunday and do a doubleheader in another tournament down there. So
And turn around and come home.
busy weekend.
There you go.
Busy weekend.
All right, coming up, we got the city of Gassville, Arkansas here today. The mayor, please.
We got a rough crowd here today.
We'll be right back. Stick around.
Breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
It's that time of year again. Time to take a hard look at your Medicare health plan. If you're looking for a new plan or looking to renew your existing plan, now's the time to renew all your options. At Bacco Insurance, we'll sit down with you and show you all the new choices and options, including $0 premium plans with low copays and dental, vision, and hearing benefits. Let us help take the confusion out of selecting a plan and find one catered to your needs. Contact Bacco Insurance today, located at 351 East 9th Street, Suite B in Mountain Home.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
7:19, we want to welcome the Gassville City Mayor, Jeff Braim, and along with Tim Mayfield and Michael Glotzel. Welcome, gentlemen, and it's good to have the city of Gassville here, and love your town.
Thank you.
I love small town Arkansas. We talk about a lot of times Calico and Norfolk. Gassville's so nice to drive through. Yeah, it's just a nice community.
And there's a lot of people driving through it now. We average almost 15,000 a week through Gassville along Highway 62. So we have several.
That'll keep Tim
going
busy.
through. Yeah, keeps us going.
So the pride of Gassville. I mean, you got a nice town, and you came through a lot of stuff 10 years ago.
Yes.
Had an ice storm. We had a tornado.
Yes.
and came back strong.
Yes, we've recovered real well. A lot of our businesses stayed with us, and we're thankful for that. We've progressed really, and as you stated, bounced back very good from persevered is the term I'd use. It speaks a lot for the people of Gassville.
Yeah, it does. It really does. You know, strong. I was out there. Well, when the tornado came through, I was out back behind, you know, where the mobile home area was.
Yes.
I was helping clean up one day. I was out there 3 or 4 hours and walked up to see if they needed some help. And the gentleman says, "Just watch out for the bicycle." And I'm, "What?" And I looked around. He says, "The bicycle up in the top of the cedar tree was a bicycle."
Yeah.
You know, it's just crazy. But you've got a Dollar General.
Yes.
Along with, of course, you've got the private business, the mom and pop shops. What's the
Freeze King
Freeze
is there.
King.
Taylor's Freeze King. There's KT's Barbecue. We have Letty's Mexican Restaurant. So
and now you got Casey's.
Yes, the Casey stores opened within the past year there. And
Can't forget Nema's Pizza.
yes, and
Nema's
Pizza, our famous. Yes, yeah. We're gonna hear from Rick.
Pizza.
We getting a postcard from him. So.
Oh my God! Sorry, Rick. You know, it was funny. I was watching Channel 3 News at noon one time, and they do occasional interviews during the noon news. And Sarah Forrest was doing the anchoring that day, and they got to talking about traveling around the Ozarks area, and they talked about Gassville, Arkansas, and Sarah says, "Nema's Pizza."
Yeah.
So they know.
Yes, they've been featured many times, and Rick shares with me several times that a visitor from another town will come in, they'll go back home, tell friends, and that
Here they
weekend
go.
he'll be filled with people that had been eating there the week before. So,
Wow.
so it's
So tell us a few things about Gassville. I mean, it's a small town. I think it's a town where the people welcomes you, friendly folks.
we're a town of 2,078, located right there, Highway 62. Very good community. People, say small town. We're growing in aspects, not only numerically but businesses, as you mentioned earlier. I feel that we're progressing and on track to stay that way. Mm-hmm. So, my public safety team here of Chief Mayfield and our newest addition, Chief Glotzel, do a fine job in their areas and make sure our citizens are protected and looked after.
Well, with Officer Mayfield, speed limits drop through Gassville.
Yes.
Common sense.
Yes.
Heed the call. Or you get these pretty blue lights that get behind you.
Yeah, that's right. We're known for that, so.
Well, you're not Damascus, Arkansas, though. But
No.
but we've got to realize that road is pretty doggone straight coming through. But that's what the signs, and you've got plenty of time to slow down from 55 to 45. What's the slowest speed limit?
45.
45?
45 is slowest speed.
That's not bad.
You got to keep in mind, though, where that main strip you're talking about, I mean, there's wall-to-wall businesses. I mean, there's a reason why.
I'm surprised it's 45.
It's not like a speed trap just trying to get you to slow down. I mean, you're talking about businesses, cars pulling in and out.
Yes. On the other side of town, you got the car lots, you've got the grocery store, and, you got to watch it. You got, let's see, is Dollar General directly across from the market? Katy Corner just right there.
There's Katy Corner from it.
And then you got the phone company, and then a couple car dealers. But we just got. I mean, isn't it common sense? Just be careful.
Yeah, it is. The stoplight helped us out a lot. I mean, when they put that stoplight up, it slowed traffic down quite a bit.
Yeah.
That we couldn't get slowed down by stopping. Can't stop everybody, so.
But I don't understand why people wouldn't realize, though, 55 is not a safe limit to go through something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if I'm coming from Mountain Home through Gassville, and nowadays you've got the sign, the diamond sign, the orange diamond sign, 45, and it's got the arrow. In other words, get ready to slow down,
right?
Because we've got a 10-mile-an-hour drop in the speed. I'm surprised you're still at 45 going through town, though.
Well, see, they raised it a few years back. It was 40 right there in front of Sunfest Market in that area.
Really?
And they raised it to 45.
But yet we can't get 60 and 65 and 62 east going towards Paragould. And so, what do we need to do to drive safely? Just mind the laws?
Yeah, slow down and watch what you're doing and watch what the other guy's doing, because it may be him that runs into you, not you run into him, so you need to watch everybody.
Now, what's your biggest focus? If you're not out running traffic on the main 62 412, what's your main focus? You do patrolling, or just do you have what? Are drugs a big factor with the kids in Gassville? Do you have any problem with drug issues, or?
There's drugs everywhere. I mean, you can't talk about law enforcement without talking about drugs. There's drugs in every aspect of when I started law enforcement, and you did DWI stops, you usually find some marijuana on somebody. Nowadays, it seems like every time you make a stop, you find meth on people. I mean, it's a crazy deal.
Okay, let me ask you this. I've asked the governor this question, the lieutenant governor, everybody. The psychological, the mental part, and Michael, I'm sure you've had the training too. Why do we want that stuff in our bloodstream? Why do you want meth or cocaine or something like that floating around? We've even talked with Sheriff Montgomery's been here before. I can drive through any neighborhood in any city, and I could care less what somebody has in their house. I don't care if they got a 200-inch television. I don't care if they got 40,000 in diamonds. It's not mine.
Right.
It's not. I could care less. So why do we want to break in somebody else's home, steal something, go to the pawn shop, buy drugs, and put that? We know the after effects. Where's the the psychological analysis on wanting to do this stuff? What are they searching for? Is it money? See, you're as dumbfounded as I am.
Yeah, in a lot of cases, they've said that it's the adrenaline or the thrill of doing this stuff, and that's with like meth.
Chasing the high. Yeah, they say the first high is the best, and you're
trying to get that back.
Michael, have you run across stuff like that? I mean, what have you heard in your line in the fire department?
Certainly, in different areas of the country, different drugs are popular.
Really?
So methamphetamine is really a very popular drug down here, but on other parts of the country.
Did you trained in New York? Weren't you in New York?
Yes, I'm from New York. I did a 20-year career in the city of Kingston, New York. Heroin was the big drug up there. As well as acid and speed, and
you are kidding.
Yeah, a lot of acid.
What's the difference? What is there different reactions in the high, so to speak, with those different drugs? I mean,
probably Chief Mayfield probably be able to tell you more about that. But I mean, it's just with acid. I mean, you get every reaction under the sun. I mean, some people are very placid, and other people are just they're violent.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
Now, with the meth labs, is that where they kind of cook this stuff? I don't know, because I don't even take aspirins for a headache, let alone cook meth. I wouldn't know. But I was working for an auto parts store one time, and a guy came in, and he wanted a gallon of battery acid and a case of carburetor cleaner. Well, first of all, any new car battery since about 1969 has arrived to the stores wet and basically charged. So why would you want a gallon of battery acid? Because once you have acid in a battery and add a little bit of water, you can't put acid on top, because you have acid, water, and acid, and it'll boil out the top. So you can't add more acid. But Eddie wanted a gallon? Even a motorcycle battery don't take a gallon. Ironically, one of the DEA guys came in and said, why would somebody want a case of carb cleaner and a gallon battery? Meth. Are you kidding me? Have you ever got that stuff on your skin? So why do we want it in our bloodstream, guys?
You're asking the wrong panel.
Mayor, your thoughts?
Well, just from my perspective, within the last few years, the league, Arkansas Municipal League, is taking the lead with the Association of Counties, and they are taking the lead in the opioid crisis. And there's still some pending litigation out there against manufacturers to bring them more under control. And we
But
hope.
don't you think, though, I didn't mean to interrupt, but don't you think it'd be kind of like me suing the bowling ball company because I dropped it on my toe?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that side of it, yes, but there's got to be some regulations more attached to the opioids, and there's an abundance of them out there, and so we'll see what happens as this moves ahead in the.
So how big of a problem for all three of you gentlemen, mayor, police chief, fire chief?
Well,
In your realm, is it 5% of your day, or is it 90% of your day with drug? Is there any trafficking going through? I mean, you guys can't stop every vehicle to check, but I mean,
No.
it
It's
takes
a
our
problem.
resources. Don't get me wrong, because when it's a crisis. A lot of times, if they make an arrest, as Chief stated earlier, drugs are an issue, either found or within a residence somewhere.
I don't see how you guys do it. Anyway, coming up on 7:31, City of Gassville's here. The mayor, police chief, fire chief. We're going to take a quick break and be right back.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
When you need. And we're back, 7:34, visiting with the city of Gassville, and I gotta ask you guys my famous question. All the politicians get this, so I gotta ask you. The mayor, police chief, fire chief, genie in a bottle, you get 3 wishes, and they're only for your department in the city of Gassville. What would it be, Mayor? 3 wishes.
3 wishes. Boy, I wish you gave this question yesterday. Yeah. Well, gee.
Yeah.
Well, I would state I'd like to see the completion of our park over there, our second park. We've been working meticulously on that.
No, where's it at? I'm not familiar.
That's on Highway 126 North, just within a quarter mile of the stoplight there. It's,
really?
It's called Lancaster Park.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
Yeah.
We've done a few things in there, and
is it on the right hand side?
yes,
going north?
right hand side. You're headed north there. Obviously, these guys' wish list is probably going to be more than mine, but
Tough question, ain't it?
Well, no, I mean, we just I'd like to see the sustainable growth, I should say, for Gassville. Just people don't realize the infrastructure that's necessary with sustained growth. We're working on a sewer project, expansion project that has taken up most of my time, or not time necessarily, but my terms as I've served as Gassville, and we're kicking that off. And
when you're talking about a sewer project, do you have your own treatment plant there?
Yes. Well, we share with the City of Cotter a treatment plant that's located just under the railroad trestle there in Cotter.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
right near the river. And
as it turns right, it's on the left.
Yes,
as the road,
yes.
Yeah, I know where
Yeah, we share a treatment plant with them, and I don't know, if I had a third wish, I guess would be
well, let me ask you this, what you're thinking about that.
Yeah.
You know, we've got on the west side of Mountain Home, you've got the new Harps, what I call the new Harps.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the new baseball parks going in, and that's working to be completed. But now you've got the new dealerships coming in. You know, you got Ford, General Motors, Chrysler, Dodge. Then you got Meeks. As that part of Mountain Home extends towards Gassville, will that not be more beneficial to you?
Well,
in some aspects, people coming in from the west?
It brings people out a little further towards us, and you know, a lot of the folks that we get through are traveling, you know, the 62-412 corridor, and so we get people stopped through, you know, just by that, but of course, we're trying to expand our commercial growth a little bit out there, and that's why the sewer project is at the forefront, because from the traffic light east, most of those facilities are on septic still.
Really?
So so we.
So now, when you go over into Marion County with is that Butterball you said, or is that Tyson? That big?
That's Butterball.
That's Butterball. With that expansion there, they've got the railroad expansion, they've got the Butterball expansion, you know, all that stuff going on there. Can that be a benefit to your city?
Yes, we're seeing more growth up in our area, you know, not just in Baxter County, but, you know, as you stated, Marion County, and even Fulton County in some aspects has seen, you know, some growth over there. So, yeah, it's all beneficial. People that travel the corridor get a chance to look at your, you know, not only Mountain Home, but Gassville and Cotters, they travel through.
Because there's folks that may, you know, that go to work there at Butterball, and maybe some people come in with the railroad. But somebody said there's going to be 4 rails in there. Did you hear that? Somebody said, somewhere I heard 4 rails. But anyway, that could be a housing boom for Gassville. Because you've got some elbow room there, both north and south of the highway there. Yeah. Chief, 3 wishes.
Well, I guess if it's Genie Nevada wishes, my first wish is, of course, you know that Gassville is one of the few cities around here that's had an officer-involved shooting and death of an officer. So I would say I would wish for safety and health, and that none of my officers would ever have that happen to them again.
The sheriff was here earlier in the month, and we discussed that incident with Officer Sell, and it's just, I mean,
it affects all of us. I mean,
sure it does.
Every day. So I think that's something that you wouldn't think would happen. You know, it couldn't happen in a small area or something like that, and it does. You know, you have to be really careful, and that's probably my first wish. Of course, the second wish is always all the equipment that we could need, which the city has been, you know, the years that I've been there, 15 years as chief and 17 years as being there, they've always done really good for us. I mean, anything that we can show that we need to do our jobs, they're always real good to help us out.
What's your biggest need right now?
That's something they're taking care of too. We need vehicles.
Yeah.
I mean, our vehicles are going bad, and we need more vehicles, and they're taking care of that this year.
What kind you have now? You got Chevy, Ford, or Dodge? What are you running now?
We got Dodges and Fords.
And Fords, yeah.
Right now, and this year we're getting 2 Chevys. So,
right. So Chevrolet's getting back. What's Chevrolet building now for police?
Tahoe.
Okay, yeah, okay. You know, more and more, even Arkansas State Police have got one of the Ford
Explorers.
Explorer.
We've got one Explorer.
Yeah. Is that more stable on the road and maybe getting up 60, 70 miles an hour chase somebody?
Probably not.
Really?
But those high-speed chases.
That's thing of the past.
That's thing of the past.
Yeah, you can't run radio and tire strips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The radio will get you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I guess the third thing.
Oh, yeah,
I got one more.
Hey, wait.
One more list.
He'll be asking for my third here in a minute.
And that's kind of a wish for law enforcement in this area, not just Gassville, but the whole area, that it's really low pay for law enforcement in this area.
Do you mean you're not rich?
And no, by no means. And you know, it's just something that, I mean, I don't know how we would ever get it up there, but
folks have put their life on the line every day.
I mean, I've got some guys right now, some of my part-time guys, that's when they raise the minimum wage to $11 an hour here in the next couple of years, they're going to be really close to making minimum wage to be a law enforcement officer. I mean, it's something you got to have in your heart to do, because the pay's not there, that's for sure.
Sure don't have a 32-room mansion with a swimming pool off a police pay.
Yeah, that's right.
Michael?
I think our biggest needs, and my wish would be for maybe 12 volunteer firefighters, active volunteer firefighters. We could really use the manpower on the calls. I say manpower, but you know, firefighters on the emergency calls. That would be really a good thing to have. I'm seeing the need that we could use probably a second professional firefighter to take care of all of the duties. There's only one professional firefighter on the city of Gassville. That's my position. And with all the administrative work, the inspections, the training, running the calls, we could probably use a second employee.
Wow.
So that would be the second one. And we're in some pretty desperate need of equipment as well. Our fleet is aging, but specifically for extrication equipment on the highway. You know, the 62 corridor is prominent in our town.
There have been some pretty severe accidents.
There's been some fatal accidents. There's been some near fatal accidents, and our extrication equipment is, you know, it's okay, but it needs to go into a reserve status and then and update it.
Now, when it comes to both police and fire, while the odometers may read low mileage, what we don't take in consideration a lot of times is your vehicle will sit there and idle
right
hours and hours and hours. And that's harder on a vehicle, really, than just running it from here to L.A. at wide open throttle, in my opinion.
Right.
Same thing with a fire truck. You can have a fire truck sit for weeks and never make a call, but in the meantime, your tires are drying out, the seals in the transmission.
That's really true.
You know, you've got,
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, it's funny. When I was in the automobile parts business, I'd say, "Do you need wiper?" Well, no, it hasn't rained in 3 weeks. Well, if your vehicle's sitting on the parking lot, more than likely the wipers are bone dry, and that's where you get to scrub. You know, it's not because you're using them, because they dried out. You know, so people don't realize if the fire truck is sitting there or your police car is sitting there, you're on patrol, and you may be sitting there at the church parking lot or something. That's wear and tear on the vehicle.
Yeah, it is.
You know, if you're sitting there idling at 1,000 RPMs, those pistons are going up and down. It's ring and bearing wear, you know. Right. Anyway, coming up on 7:45, City of Gassville's here, the mayor, police chief, and fire chief. Time for a quick break. Be right back. When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrub stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands including Carhartt, Cherokee, and Gray's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Clogs, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractable, compression socks, paramedic BDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, as well as minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop.
The Party Spot venue and DJ service. Contact Tammy Reynolds for your next holiday or special event.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire's Barbershop today, a unique gentleman barbershop. Get back in style from a former celebrity hairstylist and a licensed barber instructor who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire's Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 848 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
7:46, finishing out the show in the week with City of Gassville, the Mayor and Chief of Police, and the Fire Chief. If you guys, any of you guys decided to write a book, would it be funny or serious?
Oh, I'd have to go funny.
Tell us some of your funny stuff, Mayor. I'm sure you got some great stories.
Funny stuff, but
I think some of the funny things, where you're thinking about that, the funniest thing I think ever happened, I was a member of First Baptist Church in Fairview Heights, Illinois as a kid. Sunday school teacher gave us an orange one day. This is springtime. And of course, kids will be kids, and I'm sitting like on the third row. And during the sermon, I dropped the orange. I'm looking down, and you can see the orange going down the pew line. So after church, anybody see an orange come rolling by? Here's this lady about 8 rows back holding it. I don't see how the preacher kept from laughing, But as a mayor, as a public official, what was your...
Oh, I'd have to say some of my funnier ones occurred with my brothers growing up. But, yeah, I have 2 brothers. One's since passed, but we were quite the trio growing up.
No,
so, but we just typical, normal family brother things. So, but my wife sometimes gets to me. She'll say, "You're taking things too serious, and you just need to lighten up a little bit." And it is part of the job. We deal with serious topics, but she reminds me now and then that I need to, show my other side too,
really?
Which is lighten up and enjoy as you're going. So, yeah.
Chief Mayfield? Surely you two guys, I bet the police see all kinds of crazy stuff.
It's a wide swing. It goes from things that you wouldn't imagine to have to live with to the funniest things that there is, and it can all happen in 10 minutes. I mean, it's a wild deal. It'd probably be one of those books that had both things in it.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of things that's really bad, and I've seen a lot of things that just brightens your day and makes you go the rest of the way. I mean, I
think that's the reality. I think you hit the nail on the head there. Yeah. I echo Chief's sentiments there. Some of the antics in a professional firehouse. I mean, but you're dealing with the stress of the job, and it comes out in humorous ways. Picking on people and having them pick on you, and just the practical jokes and whatnot. I think it would be a combination book. I think if you had to ask me, a serious book on how to do the job the right way, the right tactics. Trying to do what the city's asking you to do, and do it very effectively, very professionally, so that the citizens are getting the best bang for their tax dollar. Okay, but the reality is, life is sad, and it's horrifying, and it's hilarious, and it's I mean, it's just this amazing mix. So I think, you know, a hard-nosed look at the fire service, and, you know, I think I would write a book like that and how to do it the right way, but, you know, mixed in with...
There's a lot of little antics that go on with the fire departments. And,
well, I'm sure, yeah, and I'm sure all 3 offices will have some antics.
I had actually went through Firefighter Academy there in Germantown, Tennessee, and got my first time I'm there. You know, I'm staying the night, and I'm in bed, and the alarms go off. So, you know, I'm all excited. It's the first time, and I'm in the rescue seat, so I'm tickled pink, and I put on my gear, jump in, and we're going along. I never listened to what the call was. All I knew was we had a call. So I jump out of the fire engine, and I've got my air tank on, everything ready to go, and it was a fire hydrant leak. And they made me walk into underneath it and shut it off with all my equipment on because I put it on. But then we were sitting there one time, and it was my turn to cook, and I was out grilling out back, and the tones go off, and we put on our gear, and there's a fire, blah blah blah, and we're driving, and guy looks down. I said, "Wait a minute, that address that comes up, that's our place." So they turn around to the fire station, and you see the smoke coming out the back. God. All I could think is, what did I do to that grill? We walk in, and it was all a joke. They had a little smoke machine back there, and just had I thought I was fired right there on the spot.
Well, what about outside burning? You know, we've had, over the last 3 or 4 years, we've had lost homes because people weren't smart enough to not burn in a wind. Mm-hmm. You know, in the fall of the year, late September, early October, I think, 16 or 17, we had some really dry conditions.
We did, yeah.
And people were out there. There's a home back here on Blackberry and one in Pebble Creek.
Yes.
So I'm sure the mayor can come out. You issue city burn bans when the need arises. Is that under the authority of the judge, or is that your own authority?
The county can issue, obviously, a burn ban, but within the city of Gassville, that's
your
our
office?
responsibility. Yeah. But I'm in check with the fire chief. Obviously, we're in sync with that. Obviously, as you said earlier, wind conditions. That's the number one thing. Per our ordinance, if wind's over 5 miles an hour, there's no burning to be done. So.
Relative humidity is really I mean, wind is definitely a huge factor, but the relative humidity, when it's down below 25%, that's when
they get pretty dry.
That's when forestry's pushing the panic button. Yeah. And 25% is nothing compared to the single-digit relative humidities in the West, you know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what they put up with California is unbelievable. Yes. We sure don't want that here. I was talking with a gentleman from California. Yeah, I said every so often you'll get the smoke coming off the Buffalo River on the controlled burns. And what do they do that every 3 or 4 years?
Yeah,
something like that down there. Is that forestry or is that HFC?
That'd be well, it'd be actually.
Is that Game and Fish doing that or forestry?
I thought it was Corps.
Oh, it could be Corps.
Well,
how about that?
Federal along there, it could be. Yeah, it's probably forestry is involved with that in somewhat fashion, but.
So do y'all? If the mayor issues a burn ban in the city. Is it up to the police chief or the fire chief for citations if there's an infraction?
Police chief.
Chief. So you both get involved in something like this.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a little common sense. I mean, you got we've had 30-mile-an-hour winds and people out burning leaves. I called the local fire department one time because I was coming down one road and I said, "You won't believe what I saw. This guy had a brush pile piled up almost to the roof line of his carport, and the brush was hanging over the concrete of his carport, and there's a white Chevrolet truck to the left of the pile, and he's got a 5-gallon can of gasoline."
There's just some people you can't tell. I mean, they've been doing this since they was 5 years old, and they're 80 now, and it's going to work. But some people you just can't tell. I mean, you just have to.
But you know, you've got a white Chevrolet truck here. You got a brush pile about 20 feet tall and a house. Come on, guys. So how do you handle stupid?
Write him a ticket.
Don't hold back.
I like that.
What kind of excuses?
Can't fix stupid, but you can write them a ticket.
What excuses you give when you pull up and say somebody's doing, say, 50 and a 45?
They were going with the flow of traffic. Most people say, "Well, everybody else was going fast too. How come I got stopped?"
Have you ever been quail hunting? The whole covey flies, you get one of them? My uncle got one like that.
Yeah. That's the way it is.
So what have we got, 6 minutes, Scooter?
Yeah.
What if we overlooked when you talk about City of Gassville? It's a fine town, very clean, very friendly. A lot of good businesses there. Of course, you got, like, we forgot to talk about Bricks. But Neema's Pizza, I'm going to be in trouble.
And
I
bakery.
need to go back out there.
And wonderful bakery, too.
He's got a bakery,
And the
too.
bakery.
My
I don't
goodness
know.
gracious.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I know they're not represented here on the panel, but our Public Works Department does a great job.
Who's this?
Our Public Works.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have a department of 4. They handle a lot of items, and our wastewater folks, they take care of miles of the sewer lines and things, and you know, we're working on taking the next steps, you know, in our growth, and but with that, you need to make sure that you're ready for that growth, and
Right.
that's where, you know.
So you're planning for the future right now.
Water infrastructure and wastewater infrastructure are vital in sustainable growth.
If you had one viable retail business that wanted to locate in Gassville, what would you pick?
Well, you know, I don't want to name names, but I would say with the commercial properties that are available along the strip, I'm not giving away any secrets here or anything, that I think that any retail or a store or you know, manufacturing would be, you know, could very well easily.
But what happened to the old shirt factory? Somebody down there?
That is American Stitch Co. That is
okay, yeah.
Steve Wolf's
yeah.
plant. Yes.
Is there room for growth back in that area as an industrial park?
Yeah, he last time I visited with him, I think he had a little bit of space within that plant still that he might look to lease, but I know he has not only the one out there towards Gassville, but he has one in Yellville also.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's room for expansion in
Yes.
Gassville. Yeah.
Yes.
And so let me back up, sorry. When things on the west part of Mountain Home and then in Marion County gel and things are up and running with a good economy, you've got room for housing, new housing starts possibly in some properties?
Yes, we have some developers who are looking at possible housing developments out there now, and so we're working with them and their possible plans here in the near future, and we would just welcome anybody who wants to look at Gassville, stop by and
Come by and
visit with us.
Nice town.
So yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, I've got just a little add on to that little bit of conversation. Something, you know, I've come on. I think I've been on the fire department here in Gassville 6 months or so, but the plan that we have is also to lower the ISO rating for the city.
What is it currently?
It is currently a 4. Okay, and
that's not bad.
It's not bad, but it's going to go down. Okay,
Yep.
we've got a 5-point plan that is being implemented right now. Engaging training with the volunteers. We are conducting emergency action plan for every business, every commercial business inside that's currently being done. We will follow that up with comprehensive fire inspections. We're updating and moving equipment on the vehicles, and we've implemented a community risk reduction program to educate adults and children on some of the risks of fire and other things. And we're going to call ISO in, and we're going to have that lowered probably by 2020.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So that
You'll be
will
down to a
make
3.
us completely competitive with Mountain Home, if not even more competitive.
That's good.
Yeah.
Boy, bring it down to a 3 is going to be perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. I think Mountain Home's at a 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Takes a lot of work.
It does take a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's going to happen.
Final minute, gentlemen. Who wants final thoughts? Mayor?
I'm thankful and that you invited us out here today, and we'll, like I said, we're continuing to work progress towards next year. Didn't mention it real briefly, just we have the census next year, so that'll be important.
Yeah,
it is. It determines a lot of turnbacks to the cities and helps in our services to provide for our citizens. So we'll be getting a lot of information on that and being public service announcements and everything regarding that. But it is important.
You bet.
So.
Pretty well wraps it up. We want to thank Chief Mayfield and Gassville for being here, Fire Chief, Police Chief, and Mayor Jeff for being here today. City of Gassville, and nice little town. Gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
Hope everybody has a great weekend. Stay dry and don't shovel too much snow. See you Monday.